Hola, soy Profesor Pruitt, and I want to talk about personal for Spanish 1 students. There are 3 types of sentences. There are transitive, intransitive, and pronominal. Subject performs an action on something or someone else. That's a transitive sentence. An example would be, Ella usa una computadora. She uses a computer. She uses what? A computer. And if you can answer verb what or verb whom, you know you've got a transitive sentence because the subject's performing an action on something or someone else. And that something or someone else is called a direct object. Second, the intransitive sentences. These can stand alone. A subject performs an action without acting on something or someone else. So you could say, she runs, and that's fine. Corre, she runs. Not acting on something or someone else. Third sentence, pronominal. These are sort of reflexive, and a lot of them are reflexive. Subject acts upon himself, herself, or themselves. An example of this would be, se cepilla los dientes. He brushes his teeth. So he's doing this action to himself. He's brushing his own teeth. Second would be the 2 subjects perform the same action on each other. So this would be se casan. They get married. You could say they hug each other. So you're hugging each other. You're doing it at the same time. You're performing the same action on each other. Transitive sentences, though, will be our focus. These are common transitive and intransitive verbs. Ayudar is to help. Buscar, to look for. Conocer, to know. Decir, to tell. Encontrar, to find. Tomar, to take. Practicar, to practice. Poner, to put. Saber, to know. Seguir, to follow. And these will have direct objects. So I could say, I help my mom. I help whom? My mom. I look for my keys. I look for what? My keys. If I can say verb what? Help. Help what? Look for what? If I could say verb whom? Help whom? Look for whom? Then I know these are transitive sentences. Common intransitive verbs, and these are the verbs that can stand alone. Bailar, I dance. Caminar, I walk. Correr, I run. I go. I live. These are things that can pretty much stand alone. They're intransitive. Step 1 is we need to find the direct object. So we got to ask verb what or verb whom. And these are the 2 questions showcased for us here. Asking verb what. We'll look at that side first. Miss Rosa eats a pizza. Eats what? A pizza. So you're using the verb in question form. Eats what? A pizza. Pizza is my direct object. Second question. Ask verb whom. All right. Miss Rosa teaches the students. Teaches whom? The students. I'm using my verb in the question. Teaches whom? The students. The students are my direct object. So, step 1 is finding the direct object by asking verb what or verb whom. Step 2, A goes after the verb if it can answer the verb whom question. And you do it like that in Spanish. So verb whom questions need a personal after the verb. So we're going to look at our same sentences again, but in Spanish. Señor Rosa come la pizza. She eats what? The pizza. I don't need a personal because I said verb what. Second sentence. Señor Rosa enseña los estudiantes. Miss Rosa teaches whom? The students. And yes, I do need a personal because teaches whom was answered. Teaches whom? The students. Students are my direct object. I need a personal a. This sentence should read, Señora Rosa enseña a los estudiantes. So, I've got my little formula up here. Direct object equals verb what or verb whom. That's my direct object. If I can answer those questions, I've got a direct object. I do, however, need to do something special when verb whom question can be asked. I have to put an a after the verb. Verb a whom. Número 1. Los estudiantes preguntan la profesora. The students ask the teacher. Ask whom? The teacher. I have to have a personal a. 2. La mamá alimenta su bebé. The mother feeds her baby. Feeds whom? Her baby. I have to have a personal a there. 3. Elena envía un texto. Elena sends what? A text. No personal a needed there. 4. La estudiante habla el profesor. The student speaks to the teacher. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if I have a and el, it has to become all. It becomes one word. The student speaks to whom? The teacher. Yes, I need a personal a. So I get rid of el and I make it one word, al. 5. Ricardo lee el libro. Ricardo reads what? The book. No personal a needed. 6. Necesito sacar buenas notas. I need to get good grades. Need to get what? Good grades. No personal a needed. Verbs that lend themselves to the use of personal a. When you're looking for people, knowing people, calling people, loving people, seeing people, or visiting people, you're probably going to use the personal a. I'm going to say a sentence in English, pause the video, and then make sure you can come up with the Spanish for it. Número 1. I look for my friend. Pause. Come up with the answer. When you get the answer, you can go ahead and read it and play it. Busco a mi amigo. 2. Do you know Robert? ¿Conoces a Roberto? Do you know Robert? 3. I call my mom. Llamo a mi mamá. 4. She loves her family. Ella quiere a su familia. 5. Rita sees the teacher. Rita ve al profesor. The teacher was masculine here, so instead of saying a él, I made it one word, al. 6. We visit our grandmother. Visitamos a nuestra abuela. So I could go through here and I could ask those verb whom questions. I look for whom? My friend. Number 2. Do you know whom? Robert. 3. I call whom? My mom. 4. She loves whom? Her family. 5. Rita sees whom? The teacher. 6. We visit whom? Our grandmother. So that's proof you can have your personal a and it's correct. Good deal. So for these, we're just checking to see, can you put an a after the verb if it needs it? We're going to be asking verb what, verb whom questions in these sentences. Do any of these sentences get a personal a? 1. Los chicos usan las computadoras. The boys and girls use what? Computers. No personal a needed. 2. ¿Estudias el vocabulario? Do you study the vocab? You study what? The vocab. No personal a. 3. El profesor enseña a los estudiantes. The teacher teaches the students. Teaches whom? The students. Yes, you need a personal a there. 4. Dibujo mi amiga. I draw my friend. I draw whom? My friend. And I need a personal a there. 5. Ana llama a Roberto. Ana calls Roberto. Ana calls whom? Roberto. And yes, you need a personal a. 6. Él ve Natalia a la tienda. He sees Natalia at the store. He sees whom? Natalia. Needs that personal a. 7. Conocemos Natalia. We know Natalia. We know whom? Natalia. 8. Quiero mi familia. I love my family. I love whom? My family. And that'll do it for today and our personal a practice. Make sure that your sentence has a direct object, verb what, verb whom. And if you do ask the question verb whom, make sure you put your personal a with those transitive sentences. Thank you so much. Gracias. Adios.